Working old Red here again. Old Red's gonna be 21 years old in March. I bought her basically new. She had like 40 some miles on her. So she'll be 21 in March. Maybe I'll buy her a drink. Maybe take her to the filling station. Maybe get her a full tank of ethanol. Anywho, behind this window panel here is a bad regulator motor. Hence the shims holding the window up. Shims, windows. So I need to take this off first step. So easy part is there are basically 3 screws. There's a screw here. There's a little plug that goes in there. I had to take this off yesterday to see if it needed just a motor with a regulator. I don't know why they call it a regulator. It's really kind of a lift or slide or rails, but it's called a regulator. But one of the cables were kinked and the motor was sounding like a bunch of grumbling bears. Then you take this little one off here, use a little screwdriver, and down below, and you can see it right there. And they're just Phillips, so I'll be back. Okay, tools required for the job. Don't really know until I get in there. I do know I'm gonna need a Phillips and a flathead, and a couple of these. Okay, so I'll grab one of these. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm back. There you go. Get one of them in your belly, and you know you're gonna do a good job. We'll save them for a minute later. So let's head back over here. I'm gonna keep the shims in for now. So we're just gonna. She's an oldie, so if you can use a little tiny one, they make little trim tools. But she's an oldie, so I'm not real concerned about this little calf getting hurt. Oh, she's filling the yard. Where you at? There you are. I'm looking over my dead dog Rover. Okay, so I got that cap out. Here's the other cap. It goes in there. And that's the screw that went in there last night. So this one, sometimes you gotta open that a little bit just to get a little more angle and dangle on her. Oh, when the hell's that? Was that the one I took out? Oh, never mind, that's the one I took out. This one here, of course my drill's dead because this is crazy cooters, poor man's garage, where I'm not a mechanic. I don't know shit. I'm just a crazy guy with a half-ass set of tools, and my electric drill won't hold a charge anymore. So we got that one loose there. Let's pop her out. Come on, baby. Get out there. You can get some needle nose if you want to. Whatever you want to do. I don't care. And then we'll come down here. This is another little easy one. Now I'll just pause this. So, you know, this is pretty boring. Okay, once you got that done, you can get a trim tool, flat bar, whatever you want. I just gotta get a screwdriver back in here somewhere, just like that. Just enough to kind of maybe get my fingers in there, and then you just pull. Hold on, I'm gonna put this phone down for a minute. You can see that. It's in there. Just kind of. There you go. You just pull and you just start kind of popping. Pop, 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 pop. Hey, Penny, unlike a day. Okay, now she's loose. Now we're gonna lift this up above the. It sits like this down in there. You know, got a little lip that sits down in there. So we'll lift this up Well, I'll take the shims out now. Let's squeeze it out. We'll tape that back up here in a minute. And then we're just gonna give her a lift over that. Take this whole thing out. And then when you look behind here, you're gonna have this little tab. Little happy tab. Kind of fuzzy, but it just pops off this wire. Like that, like so. You see that again? You just pull that, like that, you just pull that off. And the wires, that's for your door handle. The wires comes out. And mine is a 01 Dodge Caravan SE. This one here is just pretty easy. You just pull this top of this little black thing right here, give it a wiggle and a shake, pops right out. And the green one's got these Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth, Jeep, Eagle little red tabs. I ain't got no fingernails, so we'll just kind of, sorry about the quality. I have no video, man. Just want to pop her out a little bit. Don't break it. There we go. So just release that a little bit. And then give her a little squeeze. A little shimmy. I think maybe you push the little bottom middle right here. She should slide right off. Alright. So now your door's off. Set her aside. So this is, I guess, what they call the motor right here. And then this is the regulator right here. There's another one over here. I just did another van of mine, and it just had a single rail in the middle, which made it really easy. So now we gotta take the speaker off, which I only got one speaker that works. I think it's this one, so I need to be careful. Like I said, she's 20 and a half years old. So I gotta treat her nice. But anyways, this thing, I didn't hook the power, but it's growling. This cable out here, you can see it's got a big bind in it. You know. So, you know, for 60 bucks, you know, I'm gonna replace it all. So it looks like I'm gonna take this off first. And the issue I had with mine was this top part, which I believe is the pulley that controls some of the cables. Is that right? Two of the screws that come completely loose. Not the mounting screws that go into the body, but these screws that mount to this little back plate. See, I think this is the motor regulator, but then these are rails. I don't know. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So, I screwed him back in tight last night, and it was growling, and it wouldn't lift up and down. So I thought, well, 60 bucks, we're going to replace the whole thing. So, I am going to get a hex nut, or a screw, you know, one of those screws that got the built-in socket, whatever you fucking call them. And on the back of these, it feels like there's nuts. There's nuts on the back of these to hold these, so that's nice, because some of the older ones, I remember my 05 I used to have, had like this little rubber thing that these screws went into. So these look like 10, so I'm going to go get some 10 millimeter socket, and I'm going to get a 10 millimeter wrench to hold it at the back. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that the wiring harness here with the motor regulator, I call these rails, but you can call it whatever you want. I'm not a mechanic, I'm a dumbass with the garage. Crazy Cooter's poor man's garage. So I'm driving a 20-year-old car. Yep, that looks like it matches. These look like the things that are gonna go in the back. It's kind of weird looking. There's plastic press tabs. I don't even freaking screw like these. Now that's what you get for buying a piece of shit. So these are the rails. And I'll lay these out here. So that's what we're going to be replacing. And then the window locks into here with these tabs, which I thought because of these tabs, these little tabs in here. I don't know, let's see where these tabs are at. Where you at, little tabs? Looks like they're on the outside. I can see one little tab there. Oh, there, I guess a better view. One little view there. And I guess on the window, if I remember, there's a little thing that'll drop in here in those tabs. I'll pull these out. I'll pull these tabs out, push them back in with the window. So I'm gonna get to work here. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull this window up. I'm gonna tape it, and then I'm gonna start disassembling this. And I'm lucky because I think I can get, 10 mil here. I can reach in behind here. Yep, you can't really see. You're working a little bit blind, but that's all right. I'm half blind myself. We'll see if we can break this first one loose. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so that came out really easy. It was just these 3 bolts here that held it in. I'm gonna hold on to them. Maybe I can actually pop those little plastic ones out, or if they go bad in the future, I can use these. These just go in the back. Those go in the front. You can use a Phillips or 10 millimeter, whatever you got. So I got that. So now I'll get this speaker out of the way. Okay, got the speaker unscrewed. Dropped the screw under the van. Luckily I got my handy dandy magnet. Found it pretty easily. Now, some people are asking, there's a shield that goes over this that protects it from moisture. Because moisture gets in, out here on the outside, and then it goes out down here. It drains out these little drain holes on both sides. And most people remove that and reuse it. Well, when I took it off last night to see what the problem was, there wasn't much left of mine. It was all basically in this condition, in these sizes. So when you get to be 20.5-year-old, things start to dry up. They start to crack. They start to rot a little bit. So I don't have one. I'm not real concerned about it. This car's not going to last much longer. So it's not like I'm going to go be buying one from the hardware store. We're just going to have to deal with it. So I'm going to get the speaker off. Then I'm going to tip these rails. May have a beer break. Speaker should be pretty easy to take off. I can just press this little tab and excuse me. Pinch this up against my body here so you can see. Turn it that way for you. Pull. Oh man, you guys didn't see that. Fuck that. Try it again. Oh, yeah, shit. Okay. Alrighty then. So anyways, you just pinch this little black tab. Little black tab at the back, and boy, she slides out like butter. Got one good speaker, nothing like mono. Especially listen to my jam bands. So now, let's see. I've got a little torque in there. Torque bit. Another one down. 1, down here. Another one over here. Another one's up here. So I'm gonna get my torque wrenches. Okay, so I got my Torx bit, star bit, whatever you want to call them. To determine it's a T30 Terminator series. No, I'm just kidding. It's Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight. So I'm gonna undo all these rails, and then I'll see if I can get my son to film me removing them, because I heard that's a painful part. Okay. These boys came out relatively easy. One in there, one in there. The other two just sit on the surface, I think right here. Right here. I'd recommend you doing the top ones first, because this one fell down in here and it wasn't that big a deal. I kind of fish it out, push it down, and it dropped out. But now they're loose here, so I'm gonna tape this window tight, and then actually I'm gonna pull these pins out, and I'm gonna tape that window tight. No, yeah, I'm gonna pull the pins, tape the window, because if I taped it, these would be way up high, and I wouldn't be able to see them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna push this a little lower, make it even easier to get to. Yeah, they're all sideways now. Get a little greasy. Put those back in there. So, I mean, that should be sufficient to pull those pins. Matter of fact, let's see if I can do it real quick here. We'll just pull one side. Okay, if you look back in there, there's a little pin right there. I'm gonna just put a little screwdriver in there. Just give her a little. Oh, fuck. Okay, we got her out. Now, I'm going to do this other side. I may have to put the phone down here. And this one. I may have to get some pliers to get to that one. I'll try it with my hands first. I'm going to put the phone down. Okay, so got these little pins out. This is the only thing that holds the window to these little. I'm not going to call this a regulator because I don't think it is, but it may be. I don't know. So I'm going to call it a. It's almost like a crane hoist or a bridge hoist, and that's like a pulley system, you know, like a trolley, so to speak, if you will. But these came out. This side I was able to get using a stubby screwdriver. And if anybody knows anything about stubby screwdrivers, it's me. Be back. Okay, so I got the window half-ass taped off. The rails are loose, whatever the hell you want to call them. Now I do got a good book. It's a good book. So you guys can read the book. Oh, you gotta read that. Nice phone. My phone kind of sucks. Basically it says remove door trim, remove door glass. It's supposed to take glass out. Power windows, motors, unplugged electrical. Loosen the screws holding the front and rear end guide rails. See, they are rails to the door panel. Remove screw heads on the guide rails from the keyhole slots in the door panel. Lift up to detach the regulator. Then slide it rearward and remove it through the access hole in the door. Lift up to detach the regulator. Then slide it rearward and move it through the access hole in the door. Well, that's strange. Many of the things I'm calling the trolley are the regulators that hang on the rail. Remove the front guide rail. See, they're calling it guide rail again. Through the front access hole and the rear guide rail through the rail. Installation is a reverse removal. It's the only instructions it really gives you. Okay, so that's what the good book says. So it says do the front first. So on the driver's side, that would be my right. Passenger side, that would be your left. That's what the good people at Chilton say. Okie dokie. That's what we're going to do after I finish my beer. I wish I had a stubby screwdriver though, because I do like vodka and orange juice in small glasses. Be right back. So, okay, let's see. So this is all loose. Well, you know what we're going to do. I think we need to cut this little thing right here. So, come back. Probably just got it with the screwdriver, but I got my snips handy here. Let's snip this thing loose. Just to get it out of the way. And then there's another little zip tie here that's holding power, so we're going to keep it there. I really think it'd probably be easier just to cut all these, but I want to be able to see what it's like getting them in, just getting them out. So I'm going to lean this one forward, comes out the bottom. Well, that was easier as shit. And then this one here, I'm going to lean forward, and I'm going to note the orientation. See these here? See that there? These are on the bottom. Got my new ones here. See? That's on the bottom. I don't know what that screw... Oh, they came in new screws. Nice. I like it. Don't have to use Torx bits if this ever happens again. Uh-oh. This one's a little more taut. A little more taut. And I thought that was power. That's cable. That's what's tightening that up. So we're just gonna give her a little haircut there. There you go. A little snipsky. I got enough room. I can put a new one in there. Maybe zip tie it in. But she don't come out. She's like a fat girl at the dance. They want to come out and dance. Says bring this baby out to the front. I'm going to have to put my hands down and use two hands. I'll be back. Okay, real simple solution. These things are bowed a bit. So just flip it around and start to just gently feed her out. Okay, good way, fly. And then we got one cable still hanging up here, so we'll give her a little haircut. Give her a little snippy at the top there. And this house is free. Oh no, shit! I got something hooked up here. Oh, my electricals just hung up in the cables there. Oh, good night. So let's go over here. Compare apples and oranges. Yeah, you can see this one definitely something broke on it. Look at that. Good night. Okay. So let's get her orientated proper. Like so. Like. Yeah, that was the bottom, had the angles. They're pointed out. And they were pointed out. So my new one is what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, we'll figure this one out. Okay, I just found out something very interesting. It seems that this is the window regulator and motor, and one side, I just read the instructions, at least on the new one side goes behind the panel, and then the other side bolts to it once it's through. Interesting. I wonder, because I had this done by a mechanic, oh gosh, probably 10 years ago. And maybe that's the way it was designed back then. Maybe this is a new design. Yeah, because now all the cables are back behind there. Hell, I don't know. So that's what we're going to do. So I have to disconnect this. Yeah, so we're getting to work. It's getting dark. Okay, boys. Wish you could have seen that one. That was a real clusterfuck getting this in.